Okay, so I've been making these videos and I want to keep making them, but I want to make them a little more informative. So I decided to make a video, and I'm gonna just kind of talk about more in depth what exactly I'm working on. Um, because I really just like to talk about throwing, and I think it'll be informative. So I have a couple things here. So right now I'm really focusing out of the back because at some point, if your back's not good, your front won't be good. So I really don't like when I hear people focusing on the front a lot. I kind of just believe that if your back is good, then your front will be good as well. Not to say that there won't be any tweaking to do, but it'll generally be close or right where you want it. So right now I'm mainly focused on the left side of the throw out of the back. So I have my wind, messing with my wind a little bit, but that's not really important. I'm not doing it too much. It's kind of a comfort thing. But I'm really trying to focus on out of the unwind. I'm trying to focus on opening my left side first and really allowing the separation to happen between my the left side of my body and the right side. So this is important because especially for orbit reasons, this is very important because what happens if you rush it, you're really not going to get. What happens is the discus comes out from you have obviously you have it long and high out of the back, right out of the wind up. Now, if you don't let it come all the way around a nice long orbit, then it's really not going to react to anything going into the middle. So your right leg drive isn't really going to have a reaction or isn't really going to have um, much of an impact on your high point. Now, this is your right leg drive is obviously what creates your high point, but um, so that's the ultimate goal is to really have the right leg um, sort of improve the orbit. Now, if you have a bad orbit out of the back, the right leg will show how bad it is. The right leg will make it bad into the middle. But if you have a very good orbit, very nice, long, balanced orbit coming out of the back, then going into the middle, you'll see that the right leg actually elongates the orbit and makes it better and allows you to be more patient in the middle and allows you to recover the left foot relatively quicker. So what I'm doing to do this is I'm focusing on kind of leaning. This is how I think of it. I think of leaning on the left side. So I really think of I turn my head and I kind of put my chin on my left shoulder. Now, and with the left shoulder, I focus on being down into 9 o'clock or when I'm facing direct left. I focus on this because it um, I'm trying to get to this axis of rotation on the left side. So you hear people talk about being over the left side. That this is why it's so important because we need to be around this left side in order for the orbit to be as good as it possibly can be coming out of the wind. This is the most important time to set up the orbit. A lot of people I see they focus on okay, the orbit is really good into the middle. They focus on the high point, and I don't believe that that's the time to focus on it. So right now I'm taking that, and in order for that orbit to be nice and long and balanced and almost not active out of the back. That's what we want. We want it to be non-active so that it can be reactive to the right leg drive. And how we do that is set up that left side, set up the axis of rotation on the left side. And like I said, I'm doing that by leaning on the left side. I'm doing that by trying to get especially my armpit out over my left toe. Now, again, this is just going to be me focusing on being around this axis of rotation, because then it allows my right arm to be nice and long. Um, and one of the indicators of this is that the discus will stay open or perpendicular to the ground. So a lot of times at the end of the windup, it's already open, but I see this in my throw a lot, and I'm really trying to improve on it. Is It's open until like left foot, until the left foot is, or until about 9 o'clock, and then the discus starts to close. To me, this points out one of two things. It points out that I'm either shortening my movement around that axis of rotation, or it means that I'm just being too quick. I need to be more patient with the right side. This patience is very important. Especially, it just has to do with keeping the upper body upright and balanced. That is critical for the high point to really be able to form. And of course, the high point is very important, because it can really set everything up in the throw. Allows your hips to get under. And but I'll talk about that more in another video. This is kind of just what I'm working on now. So I'll show the videos now.
Okay, so I have a couple different videos from a couple different days. Most of my videos are from a few days ago. So what you're going to be able to see is you're just going to be able to see me working on, like I was talking about, just getting around the left. And honestly, I don't like the way it looked. I would say overall, it's closer, because one of the things that I noticed, that when I do it really well, what I see is that at the end of my wind, I come out of my wind, and the left side is the only active side out of the back. Well, that's really good to see. That means that I'm opening my left side, and my right side is being reactive instead of too active, and that's a very important point, because that's what we want. We don't want that right side doing too much, or I should say, doing anything before the left side has done its job. So the left side needs to open, right side comes around, and like I said, I like where I'm going with it. It's better than it was. My orbit looks a little cleaner. Some of the throws aren't that good, I don't think, but you can see that the discus is more open. If you pay attention, that the discus is more open than usual, so that's a good sign. I like that. And overall, I did like how this practice went. I think it's a step in the right direction, especially for this time of the season, and just this point in my career. I still have years to go in this sport, so this is exactly what I'm looking for. Good. That was a good throw right there. Just good to the left side, and being patient with the right side. That's generally what I'm looking for. Hani was working this time. He has a tendency to be down and leaning too much onto his right, and he kind of exaggerates that position onto his right foot out of the wind. So I was kind of letting him know, hey, get to that right, and don't wait so long to get there. Don't let that drift. Don't drift into that position. Hit that position and let the left hang back and react to it, because again, that's really gonna allow the orbit to set up and to be reactive. That's the most important thing to know and to remember about the throws, is that it's a series of, if you're a right hand, left side open, right side reacts. So, and opposite for him. So that's what he's working on, and he's really coming along, doing a real nice job. So that's it for the video.